Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome back to a brand new video. So in today's video we are going to build an AI powered chatbot with the help of transformers library and PyTorch in Python. In short, you can say we are going to use some pre-trained machine learning models in our web app. So before continuing this video, let's take a quick intro what we are going to build in this video. So you can see this is my website, or you can say web app. I know the design is very boring. This is my home page with the minimal nav bar. Here if you click, you can go to about page, chat page, and home page, multiple etc. But if you notice on bottom right side, we have a chat icon here. If I click this, a chatbot is open, and when this chatbot is open, we see a by default message, hey there, how can I help you today? So this is a by default response which we are going to get from our bot. Now if I ask any query to this bot, it give us answer. So let's ask it, like if I am say hi and hit enter, you can see we send this message hi, and in response it give us hi as well. Also we can ask multiple questions here, like what are you doing, how are you do, and how do you do, like multiple questions we can ask it. Like for example, if I ask what are you doing, what are you doing, enter, you can see it is thinking, and after thinking it give it us response, and after the thinking he give response, I am not sure if I should be happy, sad about this, blah blah blah. And this is our AI power chatbot. If I ask a question with wrong query, and if I have misspells, like, then it give us suggestion as well. Also for example, if I ask tell me about Python, like Python, no, this is our query as you can see, but I am going to change the spellings of this query, like I change the about spelling, and the Python meaning I am also going to change Python spelling as well. Also now you can see this is our query, tell me about Python, but about spellings are also wrong and Python spellings are also wrong. But when I hit enter, it give us Python is a programming language, and here you can see it give us a suggestion, like in suggestion it display perhaps you mean tell me about Python, like he is saying basically what you are going to ask is tell me about Python. So this is our query, we want this tell me about Python. It give us in response Python is a programming language. You can ask multiple questions to him. I train this model according to my data set. So if I am going to ask it what is webhook, enter, it give us in response it is a YouTube channel. So this is, and here it also giving us one suggestion, you can follow this suggestion if you want, and but it give us a suitable response, it is a YouTube channel. So this is our chatbot, and in this video we are going to build this chatbot. You can see by default there is no send button, but when user type message, then this button appears here. If user if the message box is empty, then this button is not displaying here, and also if you click on cross, this chatbot will become again closed. Like this is our chatbot, and in this video we are going to build this whole chatbot with the help of AI and with the help of some pre-trained machine learning models. But before continuing this video, there is a one disclaimer, and disclaimer is that please ignore my English. And after that, before continuing this video, if you guys did not subscribe my channel, make sure you have subscribed my channel and like this video and share my videos with your developer friends, because in this channel uploaded videos regarding to coding, regarding to Django, and many stuff. So make sure you hit subscribe button and let's start the video. Okay, so I am in my terminal. So first of all, I'm going to make my virtual environment and activating my virtual environment. So for this I will write command work on chatbot YT. So my virtual environment is activated, and I am assuming that if you are watching this video, you must have basic grip on how to make virtual environments, how to activate virtual environments, how to install Django, how to install libraries, how to set up Django project, how to set up Django apps. You must have basic grip on all of this stuff, because I am not going to explain about all these things, how to set up project, how to make virtual environment, and blah blah blah. If you don't know how to make virtual environments or how to set up Django project, you can uh, follow any tutorial on YouTube, or you can just follow my steps. So first of all, I will activate my virtual environment, which is by the name of chatbot underscore YT. After that, I'm going to install my library, framework. So our first framework is going to Django. So I am simply type here pip install Django, and there is a spelling mistake. I am again pip install Django, hit enter, and our Django library will framework will be start installing. After the installation is complete, we are going to make our project. So for the you can see our Django is installed successfully. I am just using clear command, and after clearing I am going to okay, I am going to make a project. For making project, I am using command Django -admin start project, and the project name will be chatbot, enter. So my project by the name of chatbot is created. If I type ls, you can see this is my project by the name of chatbot is created. I'm going to use cd for going to this project. I'm going to use cd chatbot, and now if I type ls, you can see this is my chatbot project, and here is my manage.py file, and this manage.py file is used for the serving of our project on localhost or on development or on deployment. So my project is created. After project is created successfully, I am going to create an app. So for this I am going to use python manage.py start app, and the name of my app will be going to a core. So I'm simply type here core, and you can see if I type ls, you can see our app by the name of core has been also created successfully. And before starting this project, I'm going to open my ID for this project, and in this video for the IDE we are going to use is PyCharm Community Edition. So I'm going to open my this project in my PyCharm. So for that I am simply going to open my folder where we created this project. So this is our chatbot folder, and in this chatbot we have one more chatbot folder, and here is my project. This is my chatbot project, this is my app, and here is our manage.py. I am going to open this into my PyCharm. So from here I am going to select PyCharm Community Edition. This is our PyCharm Community Edition, hit enter, and it will be open our project in PyCharm. As you seen, our project is open in my PyCharm. So this is our manage.py file, and here above I have my app by the name of core, which have the by default files like admin.py, models.py, and views.py, etc. And in my project we have our main file, which is settings.py. So first of all, we need to add our app in our installed app. So in settings.py, this is my installed app, and here I'm going to add my app, which is by the name of core. So first setting is done. After that, second thing we have to do is configure our template folder, because we are using templates folder for managing our HTML files in Django. So in chatbot directory, I am going to create a new directory by the name of templates. So this will be handle our all HTML files. So my new folder by the name of templates has been created, and here in settings.py I have to configure my template folder. So for this, first of all, I am going to import one library which is OS. So I am going to use import OS, and after that just scroll down, and here in my templates list in DRS we have to add os.path.join, and I am going to join my base dir. And second thing we have to add is our folder name. So our folder name is templates, so I'm just passing my folder name templates, and it's done. Our templates file configuration is done. First we add our app in our installed app section. Second thing, we setting up our templates folder for managing our HTML files. Third thing, we are going to set up our static folder. This static folder will help us to serve our static files like JavaScript files, CSS files, images files. So for that, we are going to set up our static files. So in last, you can see this is our static URL, and here I am going to set up my static folder. So before setting up this static folder, in my main directory I am going to create one more folder by the name of static. So this is our folder by the name of static. Now I am going to manage it here. So for this, I am going to use static static files underscore drs equal to, and this will be our list, and in list I am simply going to pass the same values as I pass here, like os.path.join base dir, and here, and in this replace this template word with our actual folder. So our folder name is static, so I am just passing here stat static, and our static file configuration is now also done. Now we can serve static files, like here you can see static files are our CSS files, JavaScript files, and images file. Now we can serve our static files here, templates file like HTML files here. So all basic settings are done. So now I am going to run our server. So before running the server, I am going to make migrations. For migrations, I am using command python manage.py migrate. So python manage.py migrate, hit enter. It will be migrate all thing in our database, and after migration is done, I am going to use python manage.py run server. So for serving, hit enter, hit just start. Now here, if I am reload this page, and you can see our by default Django page is seeing us. Now it's mean our Django project is working fine. So it's done. Next thing we have to do is first we are going to implement make our website front end. So for making the front end of our website, I already write code for this. I am going template. I am going to create a new HTML file by the name of index. This will be our main index.html file, and in this file I'm going to pass my HTML code, and in static I will create a new folder by the name of CSS, and in folder I'm going to create my file which is style.css, which will be serve our CSS code here. So it's done, and don't worry, you will get project source code in my video description. In video description you will find a link by the name of project source code. Simply click on this link, a GitHub page will be open, and you can download the whole code from GitHub. So don't worry about this. So I already write code for my front end. If I go here downloads, sorry, not in downloads. So this is our chatbot template which we are going to use. I have this index.html, script.js, and style.css. If I open this my index.html, you can see our chatbot will be open. This is my chatbot. You can see this is a white page, and here I have a chatbot icon. This chatbot is still not working. If I type something here, it will give us this error like this stuff. But I'm just going to use front end. So for front end, we need HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So this is our HTML file. I'm going to open this HTML file with my text editor, and again I'm saying don't worry, you will get its code in video description, so don't worry. So this is our code. I am just going to Control A, Control C, copy and paste this code in my HTML file. This is our code. And in style.css I am going to paste my style.css. I will open my style.css here. This is our code. I am going to Control A, Control C, copy, and I'm going to paste it here. So this is our CSS file. There is our HTML, here is our CSS file. So if you know, we have to link our CSS file with this HTML file, and by default it is using a static method. But we know if we are in Django, we have to load tags. So for this way, I am going in here, I am going to import my static. So for this I am use load static. So our static tag is loaded. After that, here I have to pass my path. So for passing the path, we have to use static tags, percentage static, and our file is in css/style.css. Now our file is linked successfully. And this is, after that we need to add our JavaScript files. So for adding our JavaScript file, I am again going to open my this folder where we have this JavaScript code. I am going to open this with the editor. So I am just going to copy this my JavaScript code, and here in body I am adding a one script tag, and I will paste my JavaScript code here. It's done. And here above I am going to remove this script. Okay, so this is our chatbot UI code which we are going to use. And again I am saying you will get this code in video description, so don't be worry about this. So our code is okay. Now we have to make a view and a URL file for serving this. So in my core I am going to my views.py, and here I am going to create my view. So for this I am going to use def index, and here I will pass my request parameter, and here I will return render. So first of all we will give request as an argument, and here I will pass my index.html. This is our HTML file. So after that we need to make its URL. So as we know, in core we don't have by default urls.py. So in my core I am going to create a new Python file by the name of urls.py. So here this is our URL, and I am using from Django.urls import path, and I will create my URL patterns here. This is our URL patterns. Okay, so these are our URL patterns. So here but before this I have to import my view. So I am here from core.views import index. So here we have to create our path equal to empty, and our view name will be index, and the name I am passing here is also index. So our URL is created successfully. But we know if we create urls.py, we have to include this urls.py in our main project file. So in our main project chatbot, in this urls.py we need to include our core app URL file here. So here I am going to import one more thing by the name of include, and I am copy paste this here and make it empty. And here we need to include. So for this I am going to use include method, include core dot urls. So our url file is included successfully. After that, I'm going to just check my terminal, and it is okay. No, again go to our browser, and when I reload, you can see we are getting our chatbot page. If I click here, this chatbot is appear, and if I type something and hit enter, it will give us JSON parse, basically an API error. So still we don't need to worry about this, we will manage it later. But this is our UI is implemented successfully in our web page. Again I'm telling, I will give this HTML code and this JavaScript code and CSS code in video description, so you don't need to worry about this. You will get this whole code from my video description, so it's okay. Now our main work is start. No, first of all, we need to install some necessary libraries which we are going to use in our project. So for this project, the libraries we required are transformers and PyTorch. If you know, PyTorch is the library for the training and manufacturing of our models. So here I have to install pip install torch, and second thing we need is transformers. Hit enter, then it will be automatically install my PyTorch library, and it will also install transformers library here. So just wait and watch. My libraries are installed successfully. So before continuing this video, let's make a requirement.txt file. As you know, I installed two libraries, torch and transformers. So these libraries you are seeing here, these are just come with our libraries, so don't need to worry about this, what are that, blah blah blah, just ignore this. But before, let's make our requirement.txt file. So for this I am going to use my command pip freeze greater than requirements.txt. This txt file will help you to download libraries with same variant when you download my code from GitHub. So our requirements.txt file is created, and this is our requirement.txt file. Here we have lot of libraries, you can see, but we install only 3 libraries. First one is our Django framework, second one is transformers, and third one is PyTorch. But remaining all the libraries are come with these 3 libraries, so don't need to worry about this. So our requirements.txt file is created successfully. Now the first thing we have to create is using our pre-trained model for getting a suitable response. You know, when I go here and type any message and hit enter, it simply give network error, and sometime it will use give API error, lot of errors. But we don't need this type of error, we want a proper response. So for this we are going to use transformer libraries. So here I am going to import something, so I will type here from transformers import. First we need auto model for casual LM. So first thing we need is auto model for CSUL casual ML. So first thing we need to import is auto model for casual ML, and make sure our spellings are okay. So why it's giving error, let's check its spelling. Our casual spelling is CAUSL casual ML, and this is our casual LM, not ML. So this is the first library we are going to import, and second we need is tokenizer. So we are going to use auto tokenizer. So these are the two things we required from transformers. And one more thing is we need CSRF exempt. So for this I am going to use from Django dot views dot decorators dot csrf import csrf exempt. We need this. After that we need torch. So for this I am going to use simply import torch, and after that I think it's enough. If we need something else we will import later. So these are the things we are going to use, and here I am going to create my view. But before creating our view, if you are basically familiar with machine learning, or if you have know what is AI, what is machine learning, what is deep learning, what is NLP, neural language processing, like if you are familiar with this type of stuff, you must know that we are use some models for getting response. For example, if I show you, this is our chat app. If I type something and hit enter, this our query will be gone to our model. In backend, the model which we are going to use for training, so this model will give us a suitable result. So same here, we need a model and tokenizer. So we are not going to make our own tokenizer, our own model. We are using some pre-built model which will be give us by this transformer library. So first I am going to here and create a variable by the name of tokenizer. So tokenizer equal to, so for this we are going to use auto tokenizer dot from pre-trained, and here we have to pass our model. So as I tell you, we are not using our own model, we are using pre-trained model. So I am using a pre-trained model by the name of DialoGPT, which is officially made by the Microsoft. So I'm going to use this. So simply here I am going to type Microsoft slash DialoGPT-small. So this is the model we are going to use. Basically DialoGPT-small is a machine learning model which is pre-trained by the Microsoft, and simply we are going to use this model for getting result. So this is our tokenizer. After tokenizer we need a model. So for model I am going to make a variable by the name of model, and here I will use auto model for casual LM dot from pre-trained, and here we also have to pass this same model which we are using Microsoft DialoGPT-small. So this is our model and it's done. After that you must know that when we build any machine learning app or any AI powered web app, we must have powerful computer which help to serve our AI website faster. Like as much GPU you have, GPU cores, it all depend on your GPU. So if you have powerful GPU, the AI web app will give you faster response. If you have low end GPU or no GPU, then this device will give you response a little bit slower. So for setting our device, if you have we are going to make condition like whenever this model will be run, if you have an graphic card in your laptop or computer, then our model will be served through your graphic card. But if you don't have your graphic card, then this model will be served us through our CPU, means central processing unit, or you can say through our processor. Now we have two our main thing, processors and GPU. So we are going to make condition, if your computer have powerful GPU, then we will serve you our this model with the help of GPU. But if you don't have GPU, then we are going to serve this model by your processor, because processor is available in all computers or laptops. Without processors, computer or laptops are useless. So now we have to make a condition. So here I am going to make a new variable by the name of device. Device will be equal to For making the condition, we are going to use this torch library. So I'm going to use torch dot device. Make sure you have correct spelling of device, and here we have using condition. But remember one thing, our AI models and machine learning models totally depend on GPU, and the GPU which are mostly used for training of our machine learning models are NVIDIA GPUs. Only NVIDIA companies GPUs are useful for training our model, because NVIDIA GPUs has CUDA cores in their processors, and you can say anything, because CUDA cores helps us to serve our model. But that's why we have to make condition CUDA. Like if your graphic card has CUDA cores, then this model will be served through GPU. But if your graphic card is another company like AMD or Intel, it's mean your graphic card does not have CUDA cores, and if you don't have CUDA cores, then we will serve your our model through our processor. So only if you have NVIDIA graphic cards, then this condition will be work, because we require CUDA cores, and the CUDA cores are only available in NVIDIA graphic card. So here I am going to use CUDA, and if now I am going to make condition if torch dot CUDA dot is available, is underscore available. Like if your device have CUDA core availables, then it will be use CUDA cores. Else otherwise, if you don't have CUDA cores, else we will use CPU. So here I am simply type CPU. So this is our condition, CPU. So this is our condition is created successfully. If your graphic card have CUDA core, and the CUDA cores are only available if you have NVIDIA company graphic card, but if you don't have NVIDIA's company graphic card, then it will automatically serve your model through my CPU. So our condition is successfully created. Now we have to pass model. So I'm going model equal to, so model we are use model model to device. So here I'm just going to pass device. So this is our condition is created successfully. Now we set up device. Now we set up our model. If graphic card is available, then our model will be served through graphic card, and if no graphic card available, then our model will be served through our CPU. And if you have graphic card, it's mean your website and your model will be served faster and give you faster response. But if you don't have graphic card, then it will be served through your processor, and maybe through your processor it give us result a little bit slower. In my case, I don't have any graphic card, so my algorithm and my models are totally depend on my processor. So but this is not too much slow, it's good and give efficient results, so you don't need to worry. So I am going to edit some comment here, like this is for setup device for model use GPU if available. So here we we just load our tokenizer and model, and next we have to make an API, and we will serve API through our model. So here I am going to create a new function. So def, so I'm going to create chatbot response, because we will use API and call our APIs in our front end using by the help of AJAX. So that's why I'm here I create a function, and here we will pass our request parameter, and now we have to pass here. So we know this is basically our form field, and form fields will be served through post method. So here I am going to create if request dot method equal to post, then here we will pass our logic, like if our requested method equal to post, then we will serves our file here. So for that, first of all, what we need to do, simply pass our data here. So I'm going to create a new variable by the name of data equal to now we need data in the form of JSON. So for this here we need to import JSON, because we will create API and APIs serve data through the JSON. That's why I'm going to import JSON. Here I will use JSON.loads method. If you know what is the use of JSON.loads and what is the use of JSON.dumps, basically these are the two methods which helps to convert JSON format into dictionaries and dictionaries into JSON. So in my case I am going to use JSON.loads, and here we will get data from body. So I will pass a request.body first thing. Second thing, we will get message. So user message equal to, basically user message is the that message that user will be going to type in this field. So here I am going to use user message equal to data dot get, and here I will pass my message. This is our message. Okay, now we need to tokenize our input and generate its output. I think it's spelling mistake. Okay, so now what we have to do is tokenize user input and generate output response. Now we are going to do this thing. As we know, user input will be stored in this variable which is user underscore message, and now what we will do, we will tokenize this input, and when this input is tokenized we will generate a suitable output response for this, and we will print this response here as an reply. So these are the steps we are going to perform here. So first of all I am going to use inputs. So first let's take inputs equal to, so input will be we have to token. So for this we are going to use tokenizer. Here we made our tokenizer, so I am going to use tokenizer dot encode. So our it will be help to encode our input, and our input will be in this variable user message. So I am going to paste this here, user message. After that we have to use EOS tokens. So for this I am going to concat it with tokenizer tokenizer dot make sure your spelling mistakes, you don't have spelling mistake, tokenizer dot EOS underscore tokens, TOKN token. So this is our token which help to tokenize our input, and in return we will simply pass return tensors. So here I will pass return RETURN, return tensors equal to PT. So here is tokenizing our input is successfully. Now this will automatically tokenize your input with the help of EOS tokens, and return our tensors in the form of PT. So it's done. Next we need to add attention masks here. So if you are not familiar with what is tokenizing, what is attention masks, then I recommend you to watch any machine learning tutorial. Here you can get information about what is token, what is tokenizer, what are tensors, or what is attention marks, how to encode data, and all this stuff. So but in this video I'm not going to explain everything, like how encodes work, how US tokens work, or what is tensor. I'm not going to explain these things. My main focus is on making this project. So this is our input. Now we have to add attention mask. So for this I'm going to make a new variable by the name of attention mask equal to, and here we have to use torch dot once. So first of all, we have to pass size. So for this, I will use inputs dot shape. So inputs dot shape, this is the our first thing. Second thing, we have to pass devices here, shape. Second thing, we need to pass device. So for this, I am going to create device equal to. So our devices are stored in here. In this variable, I am going to use device equal to device. So our attention mask is also created successfully. The last thing we need to do is get our output, because as I mentioned here, first we have to tokenize our user input, and after that we have to generate an output response. Here we already tokenized user input, and when user input is tokenized, then we will simply just get an output response by the help of this model. So now we need output. So here I am going to use outputs variable equal to model, because our model is stored in this model variable. So I'm going to use model dot generate. Make sure you don't have spelling mistake. Model dot generates. Now for getting output, we need to give an input. So our inputs are stored in this variable by the name of inputs. So I'm going to pass model dot generates, and here we give our input. After that we need some we have to add some more arguments here. So first of all, we need to add attention mask, and we already created our attention mask. So here I will just giving attention mask equal to, and this is our variable where we store our attention marks. After that we have to pass our length, like maximum length of our output. As you know, this is giving us output, and we can pass here our maximum length. So for maximum length, I am going to use max underscore length, and I am going to pass it 1000. Like our output maximum length is 1000 characters. After that we have to pass our pad token id. So for pad token id, I am just simply passing here pad underscore token underscore id equal to. So for passing the pad token id, we are simply using these us tokens with some id. So for here I am using tokenizer dot us underscore token id. So this is our pad token is done, and our outputs are also created successfully. Now we have to made a response, but remember one thing, this output is in encoded format, meaning it is encrypted. Now we need to decrypt and display our data in this format, like as text format. So for this I am going to create response. So here I am going to make a new variable by the name of response equal to, and here I am going to use tokenizer dot decode, because first we encode our input, and when our input is encoded, we give it to our model and it generate an result. But when our result is generated, we again need to decode our data in output into a normal form. So that's why I'm going to use tokenizer dot decode. So this is our decode. First we have to pass our output, and as we know, our outputs are stored in this outputs variable. So I'm going to pass it outputs, and after passing output, we need to add some values here. So for this I'm going to add some curly square braces, and here first of all we need to add this sign colon, and after that we have to pass inputs dot shapes. So for shapes we also have to give value. I'm going to -1 and this, and after that we have to pass out this, and here this is our decoded algorithm, and after our output is decoded, we have to add skip special tokens. So like we need to skip our special token. So for this I'm going to use a parameter skip special token equal to true. So basically our chatbot response is created successfully. Now we need to return this response in an API form. For passing this response as an API, we need to use JSON response. For using JSON response, we need to import here. For here I am going to use from Django.http import JSON response here. So this is our JSON response, and here I am going to use return JSON response, and in here is our JSON response. We need to pass dictionaries. So for passing our dict of this response, I am just copying this and make a dictionary. This is our key and this is its value, because we know we have to pass data in dictionary by the form of key pairs value. So this is our chatbot is created successfully, and I hope so it's enough. And let's come here and first of all reload. We know first of all it will not give us result, and first of all it will download this model. Like if I go into my terminal and clear, as we guys know, we use this Microsoft DialoGPT-small model, but no, if we want to use this same model in our logic, like if I want this model work properly, for working this model properly I have to download this model, because still I just import by using from pre-trained import Microsoft slash DialoGPT-small. So the size of this model is approximately 350 MBs plus 350 MBs plus. So for downloading this model, you just simply need you can type any command. Like I type python manage.py test and hit enter, and after hitting enter I think it will be start downloading. Just wait what it will be do. Okay, it still say no test run, but if I try python manage.py make migrations, hit enter, okay, still it is not downloading. I think we have to pass make its URL, and after making its URL we have to make its API, and maybe after that it will be start serving us. So let's make its URL. So for this I go into my URL this.py. Here I will import one more thing, chatbot response, and here I am going to create a new path, and this our path will be API slash chat. This will be my API path. So here I will pass my view name, which is chatbot response, and here I have to pass, I will pass same name equal to chatbot response. So our path is also created successfully. So our path is now created. I'm just run the server python manage.py run server, hit enter. Okay, our website is serving. Just wait for the terminal to completely compile. Just 1 minute. Because we implement this model, that's why our website server become a little bit slower, because we are totally dependent on our CPUs. But if you have GPU, then it will be served very fast. You don't need to worry. If I try again, our chatbot is still working by default. Like if I type here, it will be give us this JSON parse. No, our main thing is done. Now this next step and the main step that we have to apply here is calling our API, because in this URL we make this API this. Now we have to pass our call our APIs with the help of AJAX, and because when we call the API with the help of AJAX, then it will be run this view, and when this view will be run, it will give us suitable output. So for this we need to go into our index.html file, and here we need to rewrite this whole script code. So in my case I already type, so I don't need to rewrite this whole code again, but I will give you the source code of this in description, so you don't need to worry about this. You can simply download code and paste it here. So I have my code. First of all, we need to add jQuery CDN here. So here in the script tag, before the script, I am just adding my jQuery. So it will be help to run jQuery, and when jQuery will be run, it will be help to call our AJAX. So that's why I'm passing my jQuery, and this is our script tag. I'm deleting this by default script tag and adding the new script tag. This is our script tag where we write whole code, and you can see here I'm passing my AJAX, and here is our URL API/chat, and our method is post, and our CSRF token. First thing, we need to pass the script code here, and I will give the script code in description, so you don't need to worry about this. Second thing, we have to add CSRF token as a meta tag, because this required a CSRF token, and here I pass function for get CSRF token and return meta tag etc. So for this, we just simply need to add CSRF token as a meta tag here. So in my head tag here, I'm just going to pass a new meta tag, and the meta tag name will be CSRF token, and in content I am going to pass my CSRF token tag. So it will be give CSRF token, and after that I think it's enough. We still know we don't need to change anything. Okay. Okay, so our chatbot is created, I think so, successfully. Now if I come here and reload my website, and again if I come here, you can see hey there, how can I help you today, and if I type message hey and hit enter, and it is giving us error. Let's see why it is giving error or what is problem. I'm going to open my inspect, and in console, let's see is there any error. Okay. Okay, so basically the error is for our API is not calling accurately. So this is the our error. Let's see how to solve this error. Okay, I realize one thing. I think here I we type input start shapes, but this is not shapes, it's shape, simple shape, inputs dot shape. And one more thing that we are missing here is basically I forgot to pass this CSRF exempt, because here we are using CSRF tokens, and getting our CSRF token, maybe possibilities are the issue is because of this. So I am adding decorator of CSRF exempt. So this is our decorator, which I already imported from here from Django.views.decorator.csrf import CSRF exempt. So our decorator is imported successfully. Now let's test again. It knows it will be work or not. So I'm again trying python many.py run server. Let's see what happened now. Okay, so our website is again reloaded. Now come here again, and now if I type hi, enter, now you can see it is thinking, and let's see is it give us response or not. And well, good, no, he is giving us response through our AI model. So it's mean our this model is working fine. Now if I ask any query to his, like hello, or you can say hi, hit enter, it is also saying hi. What, how do you do? For example, if I ask how do you do, let's see what it will give us in response. I got you, bro. Alright, so it's mean our AI chatbot is now working fine. So the basically problem was with two steps. First I forgot to I misspell this with shapes. Just I change it spell with shape, and second thing I done is add this decorator CSRF exempt. After changing these two things, my code is working fine. Now let's take a quick overview what I copy paste in this HTML, because I directly copy paste the code of this chatbot instead of writing by my own self. So first of all, this is button which have some classes, close button and comment button. Basically the button we are seeing here, this is our button, and whenever click on this, then this is our close button and this is our chat button. So basically these two are main buttons here. After that, this is a chatbot code. When user click on this chatbot will be open. Here first of all we have a header, and this is our header which has a close span as well also. But here our heading is this, like this is our chatbot heading. You can change this with by own, like chatbot 2.0. Now if I reload the website, you can see our heading is changed now. After that we have this UL, united list. Unordered list. So here in ordered list we have some classes like chatbot, incoming. So all these classes are mentioned in this our style.css, so you don't need to worry about this. This is almost 194 lines of CSS. We already mentioned code for this chatbot here. So you can see this is our by default first message which we are receiving from our bot, like, hey there, how can I help you today? So this is the message. This is the span, basically the for icon, this bot icon, and here p tag is our paragraph. Here you can see, hey there, how can I help you today? So this is the our by default message, and our UL is completed here. After that, in bottom we have a div class, and this is our div class, and in div class we have a text area where basically we will write our message and after that we have a span ID with the send message button. You can see by default there is no send button, but when we type any message, then this send button will appear here. Because empty message is not sendable, that's why I had this send button. When there is no message, our text area will be empty, then there is no send button will be appeared here. So if I send button and click, nothing happen, but when I type any message, and then this send button will appears here and we can hit enter. So basically this is our UI part, front end part. Now let's take a quick overview how I can handle its AJAX request. Basically when we are typing something here and click on send button, our API is called. So what is our API? This is our API that we call in our AJAX. Here is API/chat, and this is our URL file. This basically this path, because we make it as an API JSON response. You know, here instead of redirecting or HTTP response, I pass here JSON response, which means this is our API. So if I type here, for example, I'm typing here 127/API/chat, hit enter. You can see it will take us to here, because it is sending, you have no any query and this type of error. But this API here gives error. But when I call this here, our API will be run in background, and when this API call, this function view is called, and when this view call, what will this view? First of all, it take our message, this query. First of all, it tokenized our input, and after tokenized its input, it give us its output with the help of model which we are importing here. And after that, it also decode our output and send this output in normal form, like this type of text. So one thing remember, when you first time when you download transformers library, and when you will use this model here, like Microsoft/DialoGPT-small, then a 35 plus MB file will be installed in your computer. In my case, I already installed this, that's why there is nothing happen. But when you download first time, or when you use this model first time, it's downloading file almost 45 MB, 355 MB plus will be happen. For example, if I here, instead of DialoGPT-small, if I am using DialoGPT large, so if I copy paste here, now I am using another model which is also officially provided by Microsoft, which name is DialoGPT Large. If I use this model and if I run my server, you can see it downloading is start. The size of this DialoGPT Large model is approximately 50 GB plus. Yes, 50 GB plus. If I use this model, 50 GB of downloading will happen in my computer, and after that this model will be start working in my computer. You can see when I use this large model and run this command, you can see my PyTorch model.bin file start downloading. It is just 1.75 GB, but after that one more model will be downloaded, and this model size will be almost 50 GB. So overall you can say 60 GB plus file will be downloaded in your computer, and after that this model will be run. So there but I am not going to download this model here. I am just simply cancelling it, and just for you I will give a quick interview info. There are three type of pre-train models. So basically we have three types of model. First one is I will mention here. First one is Microsoft / DialoGPT Large. Second, we have Microsoft DialoGPT Medium, and the third one is we have Microsoft DialoGPT-small. So these are the three available pre-trained model which we can use for our chatbot. Instead of this, we have also a lot of other models like Render, GPT, GPT-4, like lot of other models. But in this tutorial, we are just following up this DialoGPT model. I write this code according to our this model. That's why my main focus is on this. So first of all, the size of this model, like for example, if you use this model here, tokenizer and model DialoGPT-small, 35 MB, 35 plus MB files will be downloaded. So the size of this model is 35 plus MB almost, or you can say approximately it's with some additional files it goes up to 455 MBs almost. But the size of this DialoGPT medium model is 25 GB plus. Like if you use this model DialoGPT medium, then a 25 GB plus file will be download here. And if you use large model, then we have 55 GBs plus model will be downloaded in your local computer. Like if you are in development and you are using this model, then it will be take up to 50 GB plus space. This model will be take 25 GB plus space, and this small model just take 450 MBs. So in my case, I already using this small model, that's why it is not downloading any file and it directly used. But first time when you use this model, 45 plus MB file will be downloaded here like this. So these are the model. So obviously if you use this model, it give you normal response. If you use this medium model, it will give you more better response. If you use this large model, it will be give you more better response. So it totally depends on you which model you are going to use. For example, I pass here DialoGPT large, it will be start downloading our model. First it will be download PyTorch model.bin file, which is 1.75 GB, and after that some other files will be downloaded with the size of 50 GB plus. So if you have enough data and if you have enough time, and if your CPU, mean if your computer or laptop have enough power to handle this model, then you can carry on with this large model. It is 100% recommended as compared to small. But in my case, we don't have enough time to downloading a 50 GB model, and after beside this we don't have I don't have enough powerful laptop which can handle this model. So that's why I am using Microsoft DialoGPT small. but you guys can, if you want to use practically or test with some others, you can use as well also, like you can use medium or you can use large. So if first time when you use small, then this type of downloading will be happen, but this size is only 455 MBs plus approximately. I am not sure the size, maybe the size will be greater than 450 MBs or maybe less than 450 MBs. So it's approximately values 455 MBs. So let's run our server, python manage.py run server, and when our server is run, let's test some things. Okay, just wait until our server is on. All right, our bot is working successfully. Now we have to do some additional changes. For example, uh, you know, still it's not giving us suggestion, and it is not giving us accurate result. For example, if I give is tell me uh, tell me about Python. For example, if I type this, hit enter, you can see it will not give us accurate response. Like he is saying, I am not sure what you are asking, but I am sure I can help. Like it is not understanding. And the second thing, it is not giving us recommendations here. You know, in intro, when we start the video, I show you we will get here a beautiful response, like what the bot is saying. So still we don't have any recommendations here, and also it is not giving us accurate result. Like, no, let's enhance these functionalities. So we have some fixed questions and some fixed answers. For example, my fixed question is, what is webcog? For example, I've said, what is webcog? No, I know webcog is my YouTube channel, but this model is not know what is the webcog. Like if I hit enter, it will not give us any suitable response. Like still it's just thinking, and let's see. You can see it is just saying I am not sure of what. If you are joking, I am pretty sure etc. But you know, it is not giving us response. But I want some fixed responses. Like if someone asks about webcog, then I give him like webcog is a YouTube channel. Like if you are using this website chatbot in your own company's website, so you definitely have some fixed question, like your company name. This chatbot is using in my website, and when user come in website and want to know about webcog, user will just type here webcog, or just type anything, then this model will give us response related to the webcog. But no, still it's not giving the answer of our fixed questions. So now we need to set up the functionality for getting the fixed answers as well also. For example, I want to train this model with some fixed questions. For example, if user asks what is webcog, no, he must definitely know what is webcog. In response, it will be give webcog is a YouTube channel and blah blah blah, anything, like I will pass. After that, if user asks about me, like who is the owner of this website, for example, if user asks this, then still it will not give any accurate result. Like our bot did not know what is the who is the owner of this website. So you can see here it is still giving us the same. I'm not sure if you are joking or not, but the owner of website is the owner of website. You know, it's giving very bad response. No, I want some fixed answers, like fixed answers here. Like if user asks who is the owner of this website, it print my name, like Vajahat Murtaza is the owner of this website, or something else is the owner of this website. If you want to add your company detail, like if you want to add uh, what is the main purpose of this company, and it's sure everyone has its own company with its own purposes. So no, I want to train this model according to my some fixed and specific question, because by default it's giving us accurate result. Like if user chat hi hello, it's give us accurate result. But when we have some fixed question like owner of the website, what is the purpose of this company, uh, like any else if you have question, I want some fixed answers. So no, let's we have to train this model according to our fixed question. For that, first of all we need to do is uh, set up a JSON file. And you know what is JSON file? First of all I go in my code. No, we need to create a JSON file, and in this JSON file we have to pass our by default fixed questions and answers. For this we need to make a complete long data set with your own information. For example here, in this core, where my views.py file is exist, here I'm going to create a new file by the name of faq.json. So this is my JSON file faq.json, which I am creating this folder in the same directory where my views.py exists. Now in this JSON file I'm going to pass some predefined questions related to my companies. So some predefined questions, for example I'm going to ask what is webcog, and except that I have lot of other questions, so I am going to ask these questions one by one here. So basically this is a JSON file, and we need to pass these questions in JSON format. So first of all I am going to use these square brackets. After that I am going to use curly braces and here we need to give this value in key pair form. So first of all will be our input. I am going to use this as an input and input. So what in input we have to pass our questions, like if user asks what is webcock, for example this question, and the response of this input I have to pass. So I am adding a comma and adding one more double quotes, and here I am going to pass the response. So this is our response, and the response of this question I am going to add it's a YouTube channel. So basically this is our JSON queries created successfully. We have one input parameter, and input we have question, and same we have a response, and in response we give the answer of this question. Like if user asks what is webcog, in response we will reply it's a YouTube channel. So after that you can make your own data set as one you have, like you can add 100 questions and 120 questions, 1 lakh question, any type of question you want to add. You can simply type here. For example I'm just going to copy paste it, and here I'm add what is, or you can say if a user simply type webcog, then it will be also replay it is a YouTube channel and a software company. So I'm just copy pasting this here, and here I'm going to add like who is Wajahat, like I'm add this here. I will add uh, Wajahat is the owner, and sorry not owner, instead of this I will use Wajahat is the founder and CEO of the company, like this. Here you can also add like who is the CEO of this company. So Wajahat is the founder and CEO of this company. I think this is answer, and you can pass lot of questions here according to your own needs, as one you want. So I'm going to use chat GPT for adding some more data here. So I'm just going to copy this copy and go to my chat GPT. Just wait, chatgpt.com. So from here I'm going to add some more stuff here. For example if I paste it here and write add more data in it. So it will be automatically add, but something well don't. Let's try regenerate. Okay, so here it is giving us extended version of our data. So just wait and watch. So now you can see he adds some fixed questions. You can also add some fixed questions and with their output according to your own needs in your JSON file. So these are the question I'm going to use this, and here I'm just simply paste these questions here. Okay, so this is our faq.json file is created successfully. These are these quick questions. If user asks, we will give fixed response of these answers. For example, if I have for example, if user type webcook, it will be replay it's a YouTube channel and software company. If user type no, if I pass here webcook and hit enter, it will not respond anything. But no, I will use this faq.json file as an serving model as well also. So if user asks this, then it will be also give the answer. So let's write code for this. Alright, so now we have to add this JSON file into our views. Like we have to give its path, and after that we need to write our logic by making some if else conditions, like if our query exists in this faq.json, then it will be return this response. Otherwise, if our query does not exist in our faq.json, then it will be give output according to this model. So now we have to write logic here. So first of all, we have to give file location. So for giving the file location, I'm going to create a new variable here. So I'm going to create a new variable by the name of specific response files equal to, and here I can directly pass faq.json. Like if I simply type faq.json, then it will be also work. But instead of this, I want to use some professional way to handle this faq.json. So for using some professional way, I am going to import a library by the name of OS. So I am going to use import OS, and I will pass the path here with the help of this library. So I will simply give os.path.join. So in this join, I will pass my directory name. So for passing my directory name, I will also pass os.path.dir name, and the dir name basically the directory name. So it's basically dir name, a directory name. So my directory name is equal to underscore underscore file underscore underscore, and after this I am going to add one comma sign, and here is single quote make a string, and in string I am simply going to pass my file name. So my file name is faq.json. So here I will simply file faq.json. So our file path is now correctly configured. So now I have to open this file and get all the data from this file. Like I want all of this data into a variable. So for doing this method, I am going to use some Python file handling system. If you are not familiar with this Python file handling, you can Google about it, like what is Python file handling and how it's work. So for now, I am going to use some Python file handling. So this I am going to use for open, and in open I have to give my file location. My file location is stored in this variable. So I'm going to use this specific response file, and after this I am going to pass argument r. Basically it is just for read, because we just want to collect data from this JSON file. So that's why I'm just passing r. After that I have to pass as an f. Like you can call any variable here, like instead of f you can use x, y, z, abc, any variable you want to use, but I am getting this as an f, and here I have to get my data. So for getting data I am going to make a new variable. So here I am going to create a new variable by the name of specific response data equal to, and no, this data is in JSON format, but we don't need JSON. I want to convert this JSON into an dictionaries. So for converting this into dict, I am going to use this JSON library and use a method JSON.load. What will JSON.load? JSON.load will be convert our JSON file into a dict. So here I am going to use JSON dot load, basically load, and after that the our data like is exist in this app, so I'm simply passing it here. So now our all of response data, I mean all data that is available in faq.json will be collected in this variable. So it's done. After that we have to pass responses. So for getting a specific response, I also want to create a new variable. So here I am going to create a new variable which by the name of specific responses. So here I am going to create a dictionary. These are the dict, but now I want to convert this specific response data dict into an Python dictionary. So for converting into an Python dictionary, I am going to create a new variable by the name of specific response, and here I use this curly braces. It's mean I am going to create an dict. So here first of all I have to make an for loop. So for getting all the responses into an Python dict, like I want all these response into an Python dict. So for this I need to make a loop, but I want to use a one line loop system. Like I want shorthand methods for making a loop. So for making shorthand method, first I am going to make a loop. So for this I am use for item in. So I want to apply loop on this variable specific response is data, because all the data exist in this variable. So I'm going to use, I make a loop for item in specific data. So instead of making an indentation of it, I want to use shorthand method. So that's why in here at the start of this I am going to make an key dict. So I will pass here item, which will be variable which we declare here item, and item in item the key we want is input, because in our JSON file we have input and response keys. So I'm just going to copy this. This is will be our first, and after that I am going to pass its value, and it will be also item, and here I have to pass my response. Now it will be convert all our data into an Python dictionaries. Now it's done, and our main logic is done. Now we have to create some you can say okay, we have to now we have to write our logic here. But before adding logic, I want to add one more thing, which is fuzzy matching. And you want to know what is fuzzy matching and how it will be work. Basically the logic we are going to write here, it will be only work with the same type of query. For example, if I give this query what is webcog, like for example if I give this what is webcog in my bot, then in answer it will be written as it's a YouTube channel, like this it will be work. But if I misspell anything, for example this is webcog, I forgot to add question mark, and if I forgot to add some this type of data, like if I misspelled something like this, no, it is what is webcog. Basically I misspell the things. So no, this string, basically this query is not matching with this one. So if it's not match, our bot our specific response will not work, and it will not give us an accurate result. So for fixing this thing, I am going to add fuzzy matching here. Fuzzy matching will be do it will be automatically match the closest response as any query which we will write. For example, if I write this, it will automatically find the closest match from this faq.json, and if something exists, it will be written with this response. So that's why I want to use fuzzy matching. So for this fuzzy matching, I need a library which is difflib. So I'm here going to import difflib. This is an Python library which will be used for the fuzzy matchings. So I just simply import here, and after that here we need a function for getting the closest match. So I am going to create a function by the def and I'm creating function def closest underscore match. This is my function name, and for getting the closest match we require three things. First one is user message, second thing is possible inputs, and the third one is threshold. So I need to pass three parameters here. So these are the three parameters I will pass, and now we have to write the logic for our function. So for this I am going to create a variable by the name of close match. So here I am going to create close underscore match. Make sure your spellings are correct. Close match equal to, so for getting the closest match we will use difflib. So I am going to use here difflib dot get closest match, sorry, not get closest match. And after that we have to pass here, first of all we need to pass user message. So this will be our user message, I am going to pass it here. After that we need possible input, so I'm going to use this one in here. And after that we need thresh, which will be n equal to 1. And after that we want to add our cutoff value. So basically our cutoff value will be equal to our threshold. So and in parameters we add a fixed value of threshold, which is 0.6. So I'm just going to copy this variable and cutoff equal to our threshold. After that we simply have to return our variable. So I'm going to return close match, and we cannot directly pass, we have to use indexing. So I'm going to pass the closest match which exists on 0 index number, and if there is closest match then it will be return else, otherwise it will be return none. So I have to make condition here. If here I will make a condition if close match, like if close match exists then okay, else nahi to none, it will be print none. So this is our function for getting the closest match, and it's done. Now we here we need to create a condition. So this is our chatbot response, which will be work and give us output. So these are the main 4 things which work with our model. Here we will make a condition, like we will make if else condition. If user query exists in this FAQ.json, then it will be give result according to this FAQ.json. Else if queries not exist in this FAQ.json, then it will be run this code, and when this code will be run, it give us output according to the model. For example, this is we have, if I click here and if I type here hi, it will be think, and no, it's giving error only because of because it's still loading. Our terminal is not completely start. You can see when it will be completely load, then this error will be hide. So don't worry, just wait until my server is load. Okay, my server is working fine. If I type hi and hit enter, it is thinking, and after that after that it will be also reply hi. So basically these function is calling, and it is tokenizing and attention mask, and after that output, and then responses. Here we have to make condition, like any message user type. For example, if I type hi, and if this query, it will be automatically check if this query exists in our FAQ.json, then it will be give response according to this. Otherwise it will send this query to our model, then our model will be automatically perform all the logic. So here we have to pass it here. So first of all I want to get a possible input. So for this I am just going to make an variable by the name of possible inputs equal to, so this will be our list, because we want all the keys, because this is our FAQ.json and we want all the keys. So for getting keys I am going to make it into a list. So our responses, like all our data is in this variable specific responses. So our all data is in this variable. I am going to use this specific response, like first this list will be convert all the data that is available in this specific response will be converted into an list, and after that we want to get its key. So for getting its key we are going to use a keys method. So these keys will be help, these keys method will be help to get all the keys from the specific responses, and all the data stored in specific responses will get key from this JSON file. So first of all we will get a possible input. Now we want a close match. So for close match, we already make a function which will be help to find a closest match. So we have to call this function here. So for calling this function, first of all, I will make a variable by the name of closest underscore match equal to. So here I have to call get closest match function. So this is the function I'm calling, which we create here. Now here we have to pass three parameters. First one is user message, second one is possible input, and third one is threshold. And if you know, we already give a by default value to threshold, so technically we just need to pass two values, user message and possible inputs. So for passing these two values, my user message exists in this variable, so I'm just going to copy this and paste it here. And second, I need a possible inputs. So my possible inputs, I make a new variable here, so I'm just going to copy it and paste it here. Now our closest matches function will be worked fine. So now if I'm going to make condition if closest match, like if closest match exists, I think I misspell match, so make sure your spellings are correct. So if closest match exists, if closest match will be exist, then the data will be come from this, otherwise it will be we will get output through this AI model. So here I am going to make a condition if closest match will be exist, then we want a response. So for getting a response, I am going to make a new variable response equal to. So for getting response, we have a specific response here, like this we have to need for getting this specific responses. So I'm going to use this response equal to specific response, and here specific responses I want a key which are available in closest match. So I will simply pass closest match, and after that we have to simply return a JSON response. So I'm here and going to pass a return JSON response, and in JSON response we have to pass a dict. So for passing dict, I am going to make a new dict by the name of context equal to, this is my dict. First value I am going to pass it into key pairs value response, and this will be its value. And second thing, I want to add suggestion, because in my HTML the code I write for AJAX, if I shown you here, here you can see I add a suggestion, like if data.correct question, basically I add a suggestion. If suggestion is available, then it will be written perhaps you meant. So I already write this in code, that's why we need data.correct question. So basically this is our key by the name of correct question. I have to pass this key by the name of correct question, and in the values we are going to pass here is closest match. So basically this is our suggestion, and in JSON response we are simply going to pass our dict here. So this will be a work. Now if user type any query, this function will be automatically check if the query exists in this faq.json, then it will be return a response from this JSON file, else it will be run this. So I have to write an else program, else, and in else program I am going to simply write this full logic in our else program. Now our conditions are working fine. Now if user ask any question, and if the query exists in this faq.json, then this program will be run and it will be return a response, else nahi. If the query is not exist in this faq.json, then it will be else part will be compiled, and when else part will be compiled, then it will be compiled our query with the help of our AI model and give us a suitable response. Now let's restart the server and test our suggestion system and our chatbot is working fine or not. So let's see. Okay, now if I reload my website here, you can see this is chatbot. If I ask hi and send, you can see it is thinking, and after thinking it give us hi. Now if I give any query which exists in this faq.json, for example if I copy this what is webhook, I'm just going to copy this and paste it here, and if I hit send, you can see it automatically suggests it is a YouTube channel, and here it is giving us suggestion as well also. For example if I ask any question like is webhook what programming language does webhook use, so in the response it will be reply webhook use a variety of programming languages including Python, JavaScript, etc. Now if I type question here, what programming language does webhook use, and if I hit enter, it will be written webhook use a variety of programming language including JavaScript and Swift, and here it is suggestion is also printing. So technically it's mean our code is now working fine, and our chatbot is now working accurate and giving us accurate results. So I hope everything is clear, and you guys are familiar how you can make a chatbot for your company website. So thank you for watching the video, and make sure you guys subscribe my YouTube channel, and like this video and share this video with your developer friends. And if you want a video on any specific topic related to the Django, then leave a comment. I will definitely make a video on this topic. So thank you for watching. Okay, goodbye, Allah Hafiz.